till they lie about where I was. I'm gonna wait till they lie, and then I'm gonna post. There we go. There's nothing really wrong with my face. So, there's nothing wrong with my face. I'm not about to do that. Get off there. No offense. Oh. Okay. I got some questions. Let me get comfortable. What are those? I had some questions. I'm gonna wait for some more people to come in. Just a couple. We're live. I had some questions. Anybody there? Here, what if I turn this off? My bad, you guys. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Hi. I had some questions. So I just had a conversation with somebody over this gang stalking, community stalking. I do not care if I lose all my followers talking about this or get banned or restricted. I had some questions.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Who is this? What was that? Just go by. My fault. No guest request. That's not what this is about. By the way, I'm 32, y'all. I don't know who that was, and I don't really care. Uh, I'm recording on my other device, so you know, because there's just some weird stuff. But come on in here, pretty please. No invites. I'm not duetting with anyone. I have some serious questions. So everybody call here. It's really important. There we go. Riz Daddy, I'm 32. Yeah, I'm 32. I'm an old lady. We don't. No, sorry. But thank you for joining. I had some questions for everybody concerning the gang stalking, community stalking. I'm waiting for a couple more people to join. Let me make sure my mic is on, actually. I'm about to have to block Riz Daddy because that's weird. I'm not your age. Sorry, but what the fuck? Okay. There we go. I had some questions for everyone that's like, anyone that's informed about this gang stalking, community stalking. They call it multiple perpetrator stalking events. If you're unfamiliar with that, pull it up on Google, but it's basically you have a whole bunch of people, family members. It's usually initiated by a narcissist. um, these people join up in these games under the guise of safety concerns about specific individuals that have severe criminal histories, mental health disorders, etc. In an effort to monitor, track them, or report their activities back to higher officials in the event that they might need a more constraining form of surveillance. That's something that has been majorly popularized. Excuse me, popularized on TikTok. A lot of people are coming out with these stories about how they got friends, neighbors, etc. It always starts with them kind of putting these rumors in people's ears, and then crimes start happening around them. They get blamed for it, stuff like that. But forget all that. I'm not worried about that. My concern is, why are we separately talking about these events? Why on earth, if they want to call everybody a schizophrenic, a nutcase for talking about these events, well, yeah, I would too. You're talking about it separately, you're just talking about it online. You're not getting organized, you're not communicating with each other, you're not coordinating each other's stories, you're not joining in with these higher officials, ex-Cox, there's ex-FBI agent, there's a whole bunch of people that are disclosing this information because very soon it's going to go very, very public. There are people that you can be coordinating with and talking to get this information out, but it's like your cowardice is standing in your own way. I've never understood that. People keep saying, oh, I'm so afraid that I might be accidentally talking to a stalker. You've been around stalkers your whole life, apparently. What else do you have to be afraid of? Why can't we communicate together and publicly start calling this nonsense out? Do you know why I really want to do it? I have a son that is so at risk of having to go through the same circumstances, and I can't let that happen to him under any circumstance. So anyone that wants to get this story out who's not a coward, it's just I need us to actually start doing something. Otherwise, this isn't going to stop. They're going to keep calling everybody a crazy person, schizophrenic. They're going to keep on, monitoring, harassing, all of that nonsense. When it's so easy just to prove these people wrong. If we got organized and coordinated, came up with some plans, watch each other's backs, we could be on the same type of timing that they're on. They wanna. I'm not viewing any comments right now. I'm sorry. Not right this second, but they want to loke up in these gangs, right? To do all this shit to one person. Why can't we be on the same type of timing? Why can't we form our own little communities of safety? Flip this on its head. It doesn't have to be about anyone getting stalked and harassed, and you got creepy exes that'll put cameras in your room just so they can sell the footage to creepy old prospectors who want to take a look at you and shit like that. It doesn't have to be like that anymore. We can take everything that this is, this creepy community stalking, and we can turn it into something that's for the greater good. We can keep an eye on the people who really need to be kept an eye on. Do you know how many pedophiles there are in my fucking hometown, bro? And it's like, there are so many people keeping an eye on this person because of the petty stuff, keeping an eye on that person for the petty stuff. I'm like, they don't even know some of these fucking pedos, some of these people with real sex crimes. People that have done some heinous, nefarious shit. They live right next to each other. A lot of them just live right next to each other. Go check out some of my TikTok videos. That's what the fuck I was talking about. I'm like, dang, you guys are looking at me like the crazy person. I'm the one that's a really danger to the community. What the fuck is this? We went to 80 something sex offenders to 94. Now it's at 110 and counting. This isn't to proclaim my innocence. This is to let people know, hey, something's not right here. Some of those people haven't even updated their addresses like they're supposed to be. Most of them haven't even spoken to the right officials, communicated with their neighbors saying that they are on this type of registry. And don't get me wrong, there are probably a couple of people that are in there that, their circumstances were unfavorable. They might have linked up with the wrong person. Maybe they got lied on or something. I'm not talking about those people. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit because it's just I'm so annoyed. If we can get organized like them, start calling this shit out, speak to the appropriate authorities, collaborate at each other's stories, they wouldn't be able to push this fucking schizophrenia trope on you guys. I was just talking to somebody. They were like, you know, and I'm sorry, don't ask for an invite if you're on some some you know what stuff. I'm not dating or interested in dating anybody. I'm not gonna do it with you unless you have something to actually talk about, something worth talking about to me. Because I'm sorry, my time is very important. But my whole goal for the past like year is to bring this fucking system down, or turn it in such a way where the appropriate people need to be the ones that are being monitored. Because I've met a lot, I've met people that are 10 times crazier than me out there. They're the ones that need to be monitored, tracked, followed, observed, and reported on. Because it was like a whole something odd years of them keeping an eye on me or on this person that I was connected to. The whole time, these people, man, these people were doing check fraud, bank fraud. These people were threatening people. These people were putting their kids up to some of these events. I need this shit to stop. And I really wish I could do that solo, but I can't. I need some of you other people that keep shouting fight the power online and nowhere else to finally speak up. Let's coordinate and let's start building our own thing here to keep the people that are like us that went through this with us safe, and to keep the people that are going to be potential victims or perpetrators away from this entire fucked up system. That's how that's how it needs to go. There's no other way to do it. I'm not going to go into 2026 with this nonsense still. I'm mostly cool with it. I don't really care anymore that it's happening because I'm not afraid. These people aren't going to touch me. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about, like, I see there's some new faces telling old lies, which means that this shit can just keep going as long as they have new people to make victims, new people to make perpetrators. We need to start coordinating, communicating, not on some Antifa, BLM type nonsense. Anyone that has ever been a victim of this, I need you of sound, clear mind. You can contact me, contact a different authority if you don't trust me, and we we need to start publicly calling this out. It's crazy. It's crazy how far it has gone. I'm sick of it. So I'm not going to be on here for too much longer. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. I mean, if you are interested at all in what I am saying, and not just in here on some hoe shit, I'm sorry. Don't do it with me if you're on some hoe shit. Don't message me if you're on some hoe shit. I'm not interested. I say that because I've had a lot of those. They just hop in my DMs like this is just like a friendly, flirty, unserious face. Anyway, I need this shit to stop. Be brave. Be courageous. Do the right thing. You got people out there that are already trying to make your life shit, and with your silence, you're kind of consenting to it. I don't know a more polite way to put that. So, DM me. Let's link up. Let's do something about it, please. I don't care about that.
Gang stalking is one of those things that, at first glance, it sounds like it can't possibly be real. The idea that someone or a group of people would be systematically harassed, followed, and psychologically tortured in a way that's hard to prove, hard to track, and hard to escape. It sounds like paranoia. And for that reason, it's often dismissed as a mental illness, delusion, schizophrenia, or some form of extreme hypervigilance. But if you take the time to actually listen to people who talk about it, not just the memes, not the jokes, not the dismissive takes, but the actual lived experiences, a pattern starts to form. Different people from different places saying the same things.
Or Daddy, I actually. Because what the fuck? Bro, you're like 10 years old. Go to school. Sorry, what the fuck? You shouldn't even be in here. I'm sorry. Everyone wants to be on some hoe shit. I'm trying to build a fucking army. Everyone wants to be on hoe shit. Get out of here. God, I'm so sick of this shit. All everyone does is give me likes. I'm like, I think you guys like this. I think you guys like this. I think you like being victims. I think you like having a story. Because, of course, if it ends, there goes your fame. Fuck that, man. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of these people getting away with this shit and then making new victims or perpetrators by inviting people along, making them victims, and then, oh, if you want out, you gotta do this or that. Man, fuck that. We can put a stop to that. We could end all of that within 3 months if we just got organized and coordinated. There is a chick in another apartment that's going through the same thing. Her neighbors keep saying, oh, she's on drugs, she's a prostitute, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, in the meantime, they're probably stealing your mail, or they're probably committing crimes and using you as a patsy. All you have to do is get fucking organized. It's frustrating because I can't make anyone see that there's a good way to do this without freaking out, without getting yourself on camera looking like a jackass. They can report my feed if they want to, saying, oh, this is a rambling schizophrenic that we're talking about, but they're just basically going to be snitching on themselves. I could teach everybody how to stay 10 steps ahead of these people. They should have kept me at the job and kept people reporting on me that way. Now there's no telling what the fuck I'm gonna do. You can't stop me from contacting people. You can't stop me from convincing them people are eventually going to tell the truth. All it takes is one. All it takes is one. And people have been waiting for this information. Do you see how many people were so quick to jump in my live because they want this information? They want to know how I did. I'm like, well, number one, God, you have it. You can't go through any of this shit. You can't go through any hardship without some kind of spiritual protection. That's just it. There are so many people that are going to prove that wrong, and they're the ones that are failing the most. They're the ones that might get all the money, but it's like, man, now you have to keep on doing some fuck shit to keep that money flowing for all the nice things you got, don't you? You ease my burdens. And Major's tripled. It would be so easy. It would be so easy. But I keep dealing with fucking cowards. I
can't stand it. People are steady like, oh well, we're just afraid we might run into a stalker. Bitch, you've been with stalkers your whole life. Come to terms with that. You'll probably, these people will probably follow you around the rest of your fucking life while you're alive. They have to. They're slaves. That's what they signed up for. They don't have a choice. You do. I'm so fucking tired. They're steady trying to, like, man, they keep on trying to look at me, trying to make a better version of me. They know eventually this shit is going to come out. There is going to be, like how BLM started, how the feminist movement started, how the Red Pill movement started. Like, they all had great leaders. Great leaders that had a real message. Which was, we're tired of people that don't deserve it standing on our necks. We're tired of it being unfair. We're tired of being told, well, this has to happen because there's not enough to go around, and there's plenty to go around. Greedy motherfuckers just have control over it. And they're giving lesser greedy motherfuckers just a little bit more control than the regular motherfuckers have. Got everybody fighting for scraps. Becoming monsters fighting for scraps. It's ridiculous. And then finding people like me, Young Pharaoh, all of those other people trying to cut us off, and then create new versions of us. Never. Never. Failed versions of us. I don't say that to be egotistical. As you haven't seen the fucked up shit that I've seen. There is a formula to people like me. If you're gonna recreate that, you're gonna have to put someone through 31, or am I 32? I can't remember. I think I'm 32. 32 full years of misery. Which is a sprinkle of dark humor put in there, here and there. That's what I mean. And I don't want to make this about me anymore. I want other people to be able to escape from this bullshit. Because it's killing us. It's killing our futures. We're putting our futures in the hands of these fucking maniacs who are trying to convince you it's for the greater good, and it's not. Treating you like you're fucking dumb. Oh, this girl is a danger to our community. Oh, just ignore the 100 and something pedophiles that live right next door to each other. Some of them haven't reported in for some time. The cops were too busy trailing her around, seeing what she was up to. I'm ashamed. I'm fucking ashamed. I'm ashamed of who was involved with this, how far they had to take it, how little it was worth, and still they did it. I'm fucking ashamed. I'm even more ashamed about the people that are victims. Oh yeah, I'm victim blaming like a motherfucker. I'm ashamed of you guys too. You didn't fight. Some of you didn't tell them no. Some of you still aren't telling them no. I said it in a previous video. When my car got towed, I had to walk like 4 hours up to somewhere, and I'm like, I want people that are going to take this walk with me. I haven't seen him. If I break this shit open myself, there better not be anybody trying to cuddle up next to me, putting an arm around my shoulder, acting like they were supporting me the whole time. I'll cuss you out. I'm sick of this shit. Y'all are cowards. Y'all are greedy cowards. And then the ones that aren't doing anything, that you aren't even, you're not even making an attempt to talk to each other. I'm on the same type of timing in a way. Like, I don't want to rescue anybody. I'm not here to rescue anybody. No one's coming to save you. Damn, no one's coming to save you. Jesus isn't coming back. Sorry. Gave you everything you needed to know. That was his job, an example. No one is coming to save you. Every time these fucking tarot readers, oh, the FBI is coming to, I just roll my eyes. I'm like, no one's coming to fucking save me. Bruh. You gotta save yourself. There's a right way to do it. You're a fucking human being. Quit being told that you're less than. Quit cowering at other human beings. They're not gods. They're not your gods. Quit simpering up to these men you want to impress, to these women you want to fit in with. You coward. I want fucking warriors. I don't want people I have to rescue. I want people that are going to be with me during the fight. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be another information war. This shit is going to come out. This shit is going to get so huge. It's just like with the BLM and the police harassment, and they already had leaders and people in place about to come forward about the police harassment, which was very true. And so you know what the fuck those people did? They said, okay, hey, so we'll let you do that and we'll let you have this, but this is the way you're going to go about it. And it became fake, and then we all started fucking up our communities. And then be a lame, yes. Became like basically looked at as a terrorist organization. Whether it was infiltrated or not, there were enough people of sound mind that knew better that still chose to participate. Fuck. With the feminist movement, it wasn't just bitches shaving their heads and dyeing it blue. There were women that are just like, shit, we are getting our asses kicked at home. We are getting sexually harassed in the workplace. We are being demeaned. It is making it so difficult for people to believe what we are saying. And once again, they had someone got that little devil on their shoulder, like, okay, we'll give you the recognition that you need. We'll give you the money that you need. But this is the way you're gonna go about it. And now you hoes are you were in the streets, taking our chops off, talking about free the nipple, screaming at cis white men. The narrative slowly led away from it being about women being harassed and oppressed to Karens go wild. The red pill. What was it? It was, we're tired of these men fighting and dying for countries that don't give a fuck about them, for these rich people that don't give a fuck about them. And when they come home and they turn into veterans, they just end up homeless. These men that, go to work from sun up to sundown, come back to wives that don't give a fuck about them. Most of them just won't cook anymore. They won't clean anymore. They don't want to rear the children. It turned for that to the Sigma fuckboy hour. Once again, that devil got on someone's shoulder, on the leader of the red pill, and said, hey, okay, we're going to give you the recognition your group needs, but this is what you're going to say from now on. And you can see when it happened. you can practically see the very moment it took a turn for the worst. God. I wish there was a nicer way for me to say some of this shit. But there's no nice way to call somebody a fucking idiot. The same thing is going to happen until we recognize that it's happened. Eventually, we are going to have our own little communities of people that were victims of these gang stalking events. And someone's going to be whispering in our ear, like, so, you know, we're going to let your little group be, seen and heard, and we're going to put you guys everywhere until the next group eventually overshadows the very meaning of this, and you guys are just seen as toxic schizophrenics. But at least you'll have the money, and at least you'll have and then this whole cycle will start over again under the radar, because you won't be reporting on the real facts or issues. You're going to be reporting on what we say is gang stalking, on what we say is appropriate to report on. You can call me crazy. I don't give a fuck about being called crazy. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that hasn't happened. Every single one of those groups started out so good, and then they link with some founder that lets them be better, and it just turns to shit. The black people from BLM protesting against violence turned supremely violent. The women that were saying that they were oppressed became super oppressor. You guys wanted to be blue-haired dominatrixes. The red pill men wanting more respect came the most unrespectable, unrecognizable pillars of that particular community I have ever seen. If we don't get organized about this gang stalking shit, like, fuck all that. Which I know it's a relation to me because I'm black, I'm a woman, and I like men. I don't want men that are douchebags. So I had kind of a stake in all three of those communities, and I'm very disappointed. I don't want this to be like that. I don't have to be a founder. I hope that I could just be like one of the keys to unlock giants, and what I mean by that is just being one of the people that I know I'm not crazy because so many people understand and relate to what I'm saying. Maybe you can't say it the same way, but you understand and relate to what I'm saying. It's not manipulative. It's something that you have been thinking the whole time. You have been conditioned to just put it on the back burner of your mind. There is something very wrong with these social groups, these groups that are meant to uplift people, shed a light on some corrupt practices within our own fucking country. We have a country of citizens turning on citizens, and it's making it look, and we're making it look good, and no one wants to fucking say anything. It's inappropriate for me to talk about this shit. It's inappropriate for me to speak down on black women, or for blacks in general, and women, and the red pill, and it's inappropriate for people like me to just call it out like it is, but I need to, otherwise it's not going to stop. I have a prediction. I have an excellent prediction. With the ICE raids and stuff, which, by the way, they couldn't make black people do that with the segregation threat, so they had to make you guys do that. I would severely suggest just going home and keeping your loved ones safe. I don't really trust ICE either, but there's probably more to that than we're being told, of course. I just watched a video of them about to take this one lady. As soon as she got on her property, they were like fucking whatchamacallit cops, GTA cops. They literally just went from a dead sprint to just turning around and fucking T-posing back to their squad car, whatever the fuck they did. I looked at that shit, I'm like, yeah, that was a kidnapping attempt. So there's more going on to that. The, does anyone remember when we were all unanimously, we were completely united against, the anti-pedophilia? We wanted Hollywood dug out of the earth and shot into space. We wanted a crater where Hollywood was supposed to be. We wanted all of that shit just bulldozed. Remember that? And now we just have like the Diddy memes. Now it's just entertainment. We should really be ashamed. I'm ashamed, yeah. No, don't worry, I'm not going to put myself above anybody. I'm here with you guys. I think I see things a little bit more and I can articulate a little, well, that kind of fucked up my out. That kind of fucked up everything I was going to say. Maybe I can, to some degree, articulate it a little bit better. I think I was meant to be the key to wake up giants. What that means, this guy I follow, Valdez, he said that. Like, maybe I'm not meant to be the leader. Maybe I'm meant to give them a voice and just to fucking tell you it's time to stop being afraid and fucking do something. The ICE events, the protests, the demonstrations, they're going to get organized too. They're going to they're going to have their own little community, their own little banners, their own, I don't mean to call it little or anything, but I know that it's being pressed, and then it's going to be given some type of community, some type of spokesperson. They're going to be given different opportunities. Basically, like, okay, well, we won't make it as bad as before, but we have terms. Type shit. I guarantee you. And then people are going to be accepting of that because it's not terrible, but at least it wasn't the way it was before. Type shit. I guarantee you. This gang stalking shit is going to be, it's going to come out into the light. There are so many people like me that have made an awareness of it. They've reported it. The right people got involved. The right people are looking into it. They are taking their sweet pimp time because honestly, if people did find out what this actually was, and it all came out at once, there would be chaos. You find out that your husband might have been putting cameras in places they shouldn't be and sending those videos to people he shouldn't for money. You found out that some of your family members went around town, started calling you crazy and all types of shit just to use you as a scapegoat for the undercover crimes that they were doing. There would be pure pandemonium. It's like a Jenga tower. You can't just yank that fucking piece off. You gotta be strategic. You gotta be tactful, I suppose, but I'm running out of patience. 1 hour is for every hour there's another victim. There's another person that's going through that shit. And we can stop it and we're not. We're still kind of letting these people get away with it. I shudder to think who at the top is letting these people get away with it. How far they were really willing to take it. And I'm not afraid because I don't think they know I haven't even begun. If I start teaching these victims how to really keep a sound, level mind and how to outdo some of this bullshit, it's over. If I teach maybe even 10 people who will teach another 10, it's over. I need this shit to stop. I have a kid who's so at risk for this happening to him just because he was in it. He was just born into this bullshit. He didn't even have a choice, and that's not fair. I'm gonna need this shit to stop. I'm gonna do this to him, for his siblings that I know that he loves. Especially for the victims and for some of the perpetrators too, just to let them know, like, hey, you can be forgiven as soon as you know, get a justified punishment for us, you'll be forgiven. And I want every person who hurt that community to have to serve that community. I want them to be part of one of us, yes. You hurt your community, you should have to serve your community, yeah. So, we'll see. I am, let's see, July, August, September, October, November, December. I think I am getting off probation in December, and then the real fun begins.